Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering
ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware Encrypt files and demands a ransom payment. MrDark101 Ransomware is based on Chaos Ransomware. And Root Ransomware joins the MedusaLocker malware family. Another ransomware variant, ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware, has surfaced, posing a serious threat to users' files and personal data. Like other types of ransomware, it encrypts important files and demands a ransom payment in exchange for the decryption key. This ransomware is named after the popular tech billionaire Elon Musk, likely as a ploy to draw attention, but Elon Musk is not affiliated with the ransomware at all, and the program's malicious capabilities are no joke. Understanding how ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware operates, how it spreads, and what risks it brings is crucial for protecting your data. What is ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware? ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware is a type of file encrypting malware that targets both individuals and businesses by locking them out of their critical files. Once the ransomware is installed, it begins encrypting various file types, including documents, images, videos, and even backups. This leaves the files unusable and inaccessible unless the victim has the decryption key. To indicate that a file has been compromised, the ransomware appends a unique extension to the encrypted files, typically ElonMuskIsGreedy. After the encryption, the ransomware delivers a ransom note. This note usually appears in the form of a text file saved on the desktop or in various folders throughout the system. In the ransom note, victims are informed that their files have been encrypted and that they must pay a ransom, usually in cryptocurrency, to obtain the decryption key. The note typically includes instructions on how to make the payment and warns that failure to comply within a specified time frame will result in the permanent loss of their data. How does ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware spread? ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware spreads through several common attack vectors, preying on user vulnerabilities and system security gaps. The most common infection methods include phishing emails. One of the primary ways this ransomware infiltrates systems is through phishing emails. These emails often contain malicious attachments or links that, once clicked or opened, download and install the ransomware onto the victim's computer. The emails may be disguised as legitimate communications from trusted sources, making it easier to trick recipients into taking action. Malicious downloads. Cybercriminals often hide ransomware in software downloads. Users who download free or pirated software from untrusted websites are at risk of inadvertently installing malware like ElonMuskIsGreedy. These downloads may be packaged with ransomware, which installs silently on the system without the user's knowledge. Exploiting software vulnerabilities. Outdated or unpatched software may allow cybercriminals to easily infect systems. Attackers exploit known vulnerabilities in operating systems, browsers, and applications to install ransomware, like ElonMuskIsGreedy, without user interaction. Compromised websites. Visiting compromised or harmful websites can lead to a ransomware infection. These sites may host scripts that automatically download and execute malware when a user visits, leading to an infection without the user even realizing it. The risks and consequences of ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware. The consequences of ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware's infection can be severe. Here are some of the primary risks associated with this ransomware. Data loss. The ransomware locks down all important files, including documents, media, and backups. Victims who do not have proper backups may lose their data permanently if they do not pay the ransom or if they are unable to recover the files. Financial loss. Victims are typically asked to pay a significant ransom in cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin to obtain the decryption key. Payments can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Even after paying, there is no guarantee that the attackers will provide a valid decryption key. Reinfection risks. Paying the ransom does not prevent future attacks. In fact, once a victim has paid, they may be targeted again by the same or different cybercriminals. Business disruption. For businesses, ransomware can cause serious disruption to operations. The loss of access to essential files can lead to downtime, lost productivity, and reputational damage. How to remove ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware. If you notice that your files are suddenly inaccessible and have a new extension, it is a clear sign of ransomware infection. Another infection is the appearance of a ransom note demanding payment. Removing ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware manually can be very difficult and risky, as it embeds itself deeply into the system. Attempting to remove the ransomware without proper tools can lead to further complications and may not fully eliminate the threat. To completely remove the ransomware and all its traces, it is recommended to use a reputable malware remediation tool. These tools are designed to detect, quarantine, and remove ransomware, ensuring that the system is thoroughly cleaned. How to protect yourself from ElonMuskIsGreedy Ransomware. To protect yourself from ransomware like ElonMuskIsGreedy, it's essential to follow best practices for cybersecurity and take proactive steps to secure your data. Here are some ways to safeguard your system. Be cautious with emails. Avoid opening emails from unknown senders and never click on links or download attachments unless you are sure they are legitimate. Always verify the source of an email before taking action. Download from trusted sources. Only download software and files from reputable websites and trusted developers. Avoid pirated software, as it is often bundled with malware. Keep software updated. Regularly update your operating system, browsers, and applications to patch known vulnerabilities. Software updates often contain security patches that can prevent ransomware attacks. Use a reputable malware remediation tool. One of the best ways to protect against ransomware is by using a trusted malware remediation tool. These tools continuously scan your system for malware and block ransomware before it can encrypt your files. A strong malware solution will detect suspicious activity, quarantine threats, and remove ransomware like ElonMuskIsGreedy, ensuring your system remains safe from these evolving cyber threats. By staying vigilant and using reliable cybersecurity tools, you can significantly reduce the risk of ransomware attacks from the likes of ElonMuskIsGreedy and protect your valuable data from encryption and extortion. Another highly disruptive ransomware strain, MrDark101 Ransomware, which is based on another troublesome strain, Chaos Ransomware, is making headlines due to its malicious ability to encrypt important files and demand a ransom payment for their release. Ransomware attacks like MrDark101 can lead to severe consequences for both individuals and businesses, locking victims out of crucial data and holding their files hostage. Understanding how MrDark101 Ransomware operates, how it spreads, and the risks it brings is essential for protecting yourself against this growing threat. What is MrDark101 Ransomware? MrDark101 Ransomware is a type of file encrypting malware that targets Windows users by encrypting their files and appending a new extension, typically MrDark101, to each affected file. Once the files are encrypted, they are rendered inaccessible, and the ransomware leaves a ransom note to inform the victim about the attack. The ransom note typically includes instructions on how to pay a ransom, usually in cryptocurrency, in exchange for the decryption key required to restore access to the encrypted files. Victims are urged to pay the ransom quickly, and they are threatened with permanently losing their files if they fail to comply within a certain time frame. However, paying the ransom does not guarantee that the cybercriminals will provide the decryption key, leaving victims at risk of losing both their data and the ransom money. How does MrDark101 Ransomware spread? MrDark101 Ransomware spreads through various distribution tactics, including phishing emails, malicious downloads, and exploit kits. Here are some of the primary methods. Phishing emails. One of the most common ways MrDark101 Ransomware is distributed is through phishing emails. These fraudulent emails are designed to look like legitimate messages from trusted sources such as banks or businesses. They often contain malicious attachments or links, and once a victim clicks on the link or opens the attachment, the ransomware is installed on their system. Malicious downloads. Another common method of infection involves downloading free or pirated software from unreliable websites. Cybercriminals often bundle ransomware with cracked software or fake updates. When users download these programs, they unknowingly install ransomware onto their system, which then begins the encryption process. Exploiting vulnerabilities. MrDark101 Ransomware can also exploit unpatched software vulnerabilities in a user's system. Cybercriminals look for weaknesses in operating systems or applications that have not been updated with the latest security patches. And they exploit these vulnerabilities to deliver ransomware to unsuspecting users. Compromised websites. Visiting malicious or compromised websites can trigger the ransomware download. These sites often contain scripts that initiate the download without the user's knowledge, infecting the system with MrDark101. The risk and impact of MrDark101 Ransomware. Once MrDark101 Ransomware infects a system, the consequences can be severe. Here are some of the key risks posed by MrDark101 Ransomware. Data loss. The primary risk of this ransomware is the potential for permanent data loss. If the victim does not have a reliable file backup, their files remain encrypted and unusable. Financial loss. Victims are often pressured into paying a ransom to recover their files, but there is no guarantee that the attackers will honor their end of the deal. In many cases, victims pay the ransom and never receive the decryption key, leading to both financial loss and irreparable data damage. Reinfection. Even if the ransom is paid and the files are decrypted, the system remains vulnerable if the ransomware is not properly removed. This leaves the door open for future infections by the same or other malware. Business disruption. For businesses, the effects of a ransomware attack like MrDark101 can be devastating. It can lead to significant downtime, loss of customer data, and damage to a company's reputation, making it difficult to recover after the attack. How to remove MrDark101 Ransomware. Manually removing MrDark101 Ransomware is not recommended, as it can be deeply embedded in the system and difficult to fully eliminate without professional tools. Attempting to remove the ransomware without the right tools may result in further damage to the system or incomplete removal, leaving the system vulnerable to future attacks. The most effective way to remove MrDark101 Ransomware is by using a reputable malware remediation tool. These tools are designed to thoroughly scan the system, detect ransomware, and safely remove it without damaging files. How to protect yourself from MrDark101 Ransomware. Preventing ransomware attacks like MrDark101 requires vigilance and proactive security measures. Here are several steps you can take to safeguard your system. Be cautious with emails. Avoid opening attachments or clicking on links in unsolicited emails, especially those from unknown senders. Verify the legitimacy of any email before interacting with it. Download software from trusted sources. Only download software from reputable sources and avoid pirated or cracked software, which is often bundled with malware. Keep your software updated. Regularly update your operating system and applications to ensure they are patched with the latest security fixes. This helps close any vulnerabilities that cybercriminals may exploit. Use a reputable malware remediation tool. One of the most effective ways to protect your system from ransomware is by using a reliable malware remediation tool. These tools continuously monitor your system for suspicious activity, detect ransomware before it can encrypt your files, and remove any malicious software that may have infiltrated your system. By utilizing a strong malware solution, you can safeguard your data and protect your system from future threats like MrDark101 Ransomware. By staying vigilant and implementing strong security practices, you can reduce the risk of ransomware attacks and ensure that your valuable data remains secure. A highly destructive ransomware variant, Root, part of the MedusaLocker ransomware family, is posing significant risks to computer users. This malware targets systems by encrypting important files and demanding a ransom in exchange for their release. As with many ransomware attacks, root MedusaLocker threatens to permanently lock or delete the files if the ransom is not paid within a specific time frame, putting victims in a difficult position. Understanding how this ransomware operates, how it spreads, and the potential consequences it brings is vital for protecting yourself and your data from this threat. What is root ransomware? Root ransomware is a type of file encrypting malware that, once installed on a victim's system, locks access to various file types, including documents, photos, videos, and backups, by encrypting them. The ransomware appends a specific extension to the encrypted files, making them inaccessible without a decryption key. After the files are encrypted, root ransomware displays a ransom note on the victim's computer, informing them of the attack. The note usually includes details on how to pay the ransom, which is typically demanded in cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin. The note threatens that if the ransom is not paid within the allotted time, the decryption key will be destroyed, making it impossible to recover the encrypted files. As with most ransomware, paying the ransom offers no guarantee that the attackers will actually provide the decryption key, leaving victims in a vulnerable situation. How does root ransomware spread? Root ransomware spreads through several common methods used by cybercriminals to trick users into installing it. These include phishing emails. One of the most frequent methods of infection involves phishing emails. These emails are crafted to look like legitimate messages from trusted sources, often prompting recipients to download an attachment or click on a malicious link. Once opened, the malware is downloaded onto the victim's system and begins encrypting files. Malicious downloads. Another common tactic is distributing ransomware through fake or malicious downloads. Users may unintentionally install root ransomware when they download free software, cracked applications, or updates from untrustworthy sources. Exploiting software vulnerabilities. Cybercriminals often exploit known vulnerabilities in outdated software or operating systems to deliver ransomware. When a system lacks critical security patches, attackers can remotely install ransomware like root or MedusaLocker without user interaction. Compromised websites. In some cases, simply visiting a compromised or malicious website can result in an infection. These websites may contain hidden scripts that automatically download and execute ransomware on the user's system. The risks and consequences of root ransomware infection. Once installed, root encrypts various file types, rendering them unusable without the decryption key. The consequences of this infection can be devastating for both individuals and businesses. Here are the primary risks associated with root ransomware. Permanent data loss. Root ransomware poses the most immediate threat of permanent data loss. If victims do not have reliable file backups, they may lose access to crucial data forever, especially if they refuse to pay the ransom or if the attackers do not provide the decryption key after payment. Financial loss. Root ransomware demands a ransom payment, typically in cryptocurrency. These payments can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Paying the ransom, however, is risky, as there is no guarantee that the attackers will honor their promise to provide a working decryption key. Business disruption. For businesses, a ransomware attack can cause major disruptions to daily operations. Loss of access to important files and data can result in halted productivity, missed deadlines, and significant financial losses. Future infections. Even after paying the ransom or removing the ransomware, systems that have not been properly secured remain vulnerable to future attacks. Cybercriminals may target the same system again, knowing it has been compromised before. How to remove root ransomware. The moment you notice your files are no longer accessible and the ransomware's extension has been added to their file names, you have been infected with ransomware. Additionally, the appearance of the ransom note serves as a clear indicator that the system has been compromised. Attempting to manually remove root ransomware is difficult and risky, as it may leave behind residual files that could allow the ransomware to reinfect the system. To fully remove the ransomware and its traces, it is essential to use a reputable malware remediation tool. These tools are designed to thoroughly scan the system, detect malware, and safely remove it without any further damage. How to protect yourself from root ransomware. Preventing root ransomware and other similar infections requires a proactive approach to cybersecurity. Here are several steps you can take to protect your system. Be wary of email attachments and links. Avoid opening attachments or clicking links in unsolicited emails, especially those from unknown senders. Phishing emails are a common way for ransomware to spread, so it's important to verify the legitimacy of any email before taking action. Download software from trusted sources. Only download software and files from reputable websites and developers. Avoid pirated or cracked software, which is often bundled with malware. Keep your software updated. Regularly update your operating system, software, and applications to patch any security vulnerabilities that cybercriminals could exploit. Use a reputable malware remediation tool. One of the most effective ways to protect against ransomware is by using a trusted malware remediation tool. These tools continuously monitor your system for suspicious activity, detect ransomware before it can encrypt your files, and remove any malware that may have infiltrated your system. A strong malware solution helps ensure that your system remains safe from evolving threats like root ransomware. By staying vigilant and implementing strong security measures, you can significantly reduce the risk of ransomware attacks and keep your valuable data secure from encryption and extortion attempts.
You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like Spy Hunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. Spy Hunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. Spy Hunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the Spy Hunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. Spy Hunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download Spy Hunter today. Thanks for watching.